All right, so this recording is just to run through the concept of slots or pods, which is a teaming discussion that we were having in one of our engagement manager meetings today. And so, just for example, let's talk about clients. Let's say we have 16 clients that are all have active projects in place. And from a scope perspective, let's say the first 4 clients all want ITSM, and the next 4 clients all want ITOM, and the next 4 clients want HR, and the last 4 clients want user experience. For each one of those projects, we're going to need an EM, we're going to need a BPC, we're going to need a TA and a TC. And let's put a tester in there as well. There might be additional resources needed on these teams, but just for the sake of this exercise, we'll just go with these folks. What we do is we organize them as teams. So let's start with Team Alpha. And we'll do Team Bravo and a Team Charlie and a Team Delta. And let's say on Team Alpha, let's say I'm the EM, Kaushik is the BPC, we've got Shilpa as the TA, we'll put Omari in as our TC and Max for our tester. And we'll go ahead and use Team Alpha for those first 4 projects. For Team Bravo, let's say that Kathy is the EM, Liz is the BPC, we'll put Grant in as the architect, John is the technical consultant, and Sean in as the tester. I'm trying to get this as close to reality as possible. For Team Charlie, let's say we've got Reynolds, and we've got Ian and Kenny and Rook and Jordan, and that's going to be Team Charlie. And then for Team Delta, we've got Kristen as the EM, AJ as the BPC, Jeremy as a TA, Johnny as a TC, and Andrew is helping us out with some testing. All right, so here's 16 clients wanting different scope, using 4 teams to accomplish that work. Calendar out of there. And we're going to go ahead and create a for that first customer there, we had customer abc.com, and we got sprint planning. And we'll go ahead and do sprint planning every 2 weeks on Monday. And we're going to go ahead and end that after 4 occurrences. And we'll just use my Zoom here. And I won't worry about inviting all the folks that we had in our teams, but just remember this particular one is Team Alpha. So that was myself, Kaushik, Shilpa, Omari, and Max. And going to save that. So there's my sprint planning on there. And then I'm going to do, again, the same customer. And I'm going to go daily Scrum. Oops, wrong line. And I'm going to use my, and again, this would be going out to Team Alpha there. And I'm sorry, I want to make that daily. Actually, I want to make that weekly, Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. And I want that to end after 12 occurrences. All right, so there's my daily scrums. I'm actually going to do a retrospective in the middle of the sprint. That's the way that I've done my projects in the past. If you guys are interested in how that works, we can talk more about that. But for now, let's just put the retrospective there in the middle of the sprint. Again, Team Alpha is what this is going to be going out to. And we'll make that 45 minutes. And the reoccurrence on that, we want that to be every 2 weeks on a Friday, and then after 4 occurrences. Save. So there's our retrospective, planning, daily scrums, retrospective the next week. We can do our sprint review at the end of the sprint. So again, ABC company, sprint review. This is going to be Team Alpha. And we want that to happen every 2 weeks and after 4 occurrences. All right, so there's our sprint reviews. What we can do now is I'm just going to go back to the previous week. We're going to do from 1:30, from 1:15 to 1:45, ABC company, and we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and do our status meeting with the customer on Wednesdays. Again, Team Alpha. And I actually need to do the reoccurrence on this one and have that weekly. We'll go ahead and end that after 4 occurrences. We'll just let it run there for a little bit. And then we're going to have our PLT meetings. ABC customer, PLT, again, Team Alpha. And we'll have that on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And we'll go ahead and end that after 8 instances there. All right. And actually on this one here, I need to adjust that, the time on there. So that is just from 1:15 to 1:45. All right. So what we've got now is we've got sprint planning. We've got our sprint reviews. Our sprint daily scrums, as well as our PLT and our status meetings, a retrospective in the middle of the sprint, and then we have a sprint review at the end. Notice Monday's open. If we want to be able to do dry runs on a Friday and the following Monday, do an external sprint review with our customer. We could put that on the schedule as well, but I'm just going to leave that off for the moment. And customer ABC fits in this 1 o'clock Eastern time slot. Now I could go and do the same thing for, if you remember, we've got customer DEF. They could fit in slot 2. Customer GHI could fit in slot 3. And then customer JKL could fit in slot 4. And just for the purposes of ease here, I'll just block those out as a whole instead of doing all the individual meetings just for time's sake. So I'm going to have those as daily meetings and have those end after 20 occurrences there. And 45. And then we'll do company GHI. And we'll go to 345 on that. Reoccurrences daily. And that after 20 occurrences, actually it's every weekday. This one I need to correct. Make that every weekday. All right, and then last but not least, customer JKL. And we'll go ahead and do that daily, every weekday, 20 occurrences. Save. All right, so now you can see myself and everyone that's in Team Alpha, including Kaushik, Shilpa, Omari, and Max. We can handle 4 customers using a Scrum framework with 15-minute breaks in between. And what that allows us to do is I'm just going to go ahead and block this off for myself. Jason's work time uninterrupted. And I'm going to go ahead and set that from 8 to noon. And I'm going to make that every weekday. And I'll just put it out there for 20 occurrences. Save. All right. What this allows me to do is to do my work while I do my project work with the rest of Team Alpha on 4 different projects, and there's no conflicts. If you recall, and I'll go ahead and bring that Excel spreadsheet over into the screen and try to group it all together there. So with this concept, Team Bravo, which has a different group of folks, they could also be doing their projects. Customer MNO could be in slot 1. Customer PKR could be in slot 2. Customer STU could be in slot 3. And customer VWX could be in slot 4. And just to keep going with the same concept, customer YZ could be in slot 1. Customer ZY could be in slot 2. Customer XYV could be in slot 3. And customer UTS could be in slot 4. Last but not least, we've got our 4 customers here. Customer RQP could be in slot 1. Customer ONM could be in slot 2. Customer LKJ could be in slot 3. And customer GHI could be in slot 4. All right, so this is great, but what if I am not in the Eastern time zone? Let's say I am a resource out in San Diego. So if I'm a resource out in San Diego, what I can do here is gonna edit this series here and change the occurrence. I'm going to go ahead and set that to 2 hours and change it to 11. So I have uninterrupted work there from 8 to 10. And I can also add JSON work uninterrupted. And let's do that daily, every weekday. 20 occurrences. Give ourselves 2 hours here. So the projects, whether I'm in the Eastern time zone or in the Pacific time zone, are all within the workday. They are deconflicted. And I also have 4 hours of uninterrupted time, 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours in the afternoon. If I'm on the Pacific time zone in San Diego there on the West Coast, or I've got a 4-hour block of time in the morning if I'm on the East Coast.